Welcome to Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to begin the next leg of our trip. We're here with Rob, Graham, and Carson. Steven's birding right now, but we're out here hiking for pyros, so hopefully the snakes will be out here like they were in New Mexico. So we're gonna hike and then we're gonna road cruise, and I will update you guys with how this goes. All right, guys, here's our first herp in Arizona. I just spotted this little Madrean alligator lizard out wandering around. There's a pretty big thunderstorm bearing down on us, so our hike might get cut short here soon if it starts raining. But yeah, we saw a couple of these guys in New Mexico, but always welcome. This is actually the most complete one we've seen this trip. You can see his tail is not regenerated at all. Really awesome. So just gonna let this guy go and keep hiking. Well, if we're not gonna see anything but alligator lizards out here, hopefully that means the cruising is gonna be good, like it was last night. But yeah, beautiful habitat. This is home to the ridge-nosed rattlesnake, banded rock rattlesnakes, mountain kings, etc. We just can't seem to turn one up. We're making our way back to the car to cruise, but lots of strange bugs here in Arizona. He's digging a new hole. Look how efficient that guy is. Yeah. All right, everyone, we are on the road. We're gonna be doing passes up and down this hill for the next couple hours, hoping to see a mountain king or whatever else we can turn up. Lots of cool snakes out here that we could possibly find, so hopefully there will be some activity. And then once it cools off up here, we're gonna go down to the low desert and try to find some stuff down there. All right, guys, so cruising in the mountains did not produce anything, and neither did hiking, really. So we're down here in the lower desert right now, cruising around, just hoping to find something, because Arizona has kind of been giving us a hard time so far. So we're gonna cruise this road for a little bit and see if anything pops up. It's currently 89 degrees still in the low desert, which is just one of the things you have to deal with here in Arizona. So hopefully snakes will be moving down here, but we're gonna find out. All right, guys, so we came down to the low desert to cruise, and sure enough, that right there is my lifer Sidewinder. That is amazing. Unfortunately, this snake was barely run over on the tip of his tail. You can kind of see a little bit of blood right there. One of the cars that was coming towards us hit him, so, oh, there's a blister beetle on my phone. All right, guys, we moved this beautiful little snake out of the road. This is a snake that me and Steven specifically have looked for a half a dozen times at the very least and have not found until this moment. It's really unfortunate this snake is clipped, but I do think that is not going to be a fatal injury. The snake might not be able to reproduce anymore, but I mean, it'll be able to live out the rest of its life, I think. Either way, look at those horns. That is just incredible. What a beautiful little rattlesnake. We're going to get some photos real quick, and I will get a little bit more video before we move this snake off the road. So, since this snake is run over, we're just gonna let him continue on his way and hope that we see another one. I would love to get some better Sidewinder footage, but we don't want to bother this snake since it's injured. Once again, there's not really much we could do to help him besides collecting him, and since we're leaving to go to Georgia on a plane, we can't really take him with us. But it really sucks to see snakes that are in this state. Like I said earlier, the injury is pretty mild considering he got run over by a car, so hopefully the snake will survive. But he is acting a little bit weird, and you can see that rear end is swollen up and bleeding a little bit. Really unfortunate to see, but that is my lifer Sidewinder. Hopefully we'll be able to find another one, so we're gonna get back to it and see what we can turn up. He's going! Look at that! That is a big Sonoran desert toad. Look at that guy. They're so awesome. This guy's the size of my fist, and he's not even a big one. That's just a normal size one. Not even, kind of small maybe. Possibly the best. I love their eyes too. They have such beautiful big golden eyes. All right, not a Sidewinder, but very cool to see. So, Arizona is giving us a very hard time, as it would turn out. Not quite that hard. Steven might be exaggerating a little bit there, but yeah, yesterday was awful. We didn't, Red Bull on my lap.
What is this, Steven?
It's sponge.
No, I'm just joking. They're the best.
It's a
Sponge. Catch the wave.
It's a Mexican delicacy. It's also how you find snakes.
That was disastrous. All right, let's try this again. So, anyways, we're heading out this morning. We're in extreme southern Arizona. heading out to drive around and look for brown vine snakes, which are a really cool, mostly tropical species that just barely comes up in southern Arizona. They're kind of difficult to find here, so we're gonna go drive around and see what we can do. After having not seen any live snakes yesterday, aside from that hit Sidewinder, morale is kind of low right now, so we really need something to happen for us today. Well, we just lost a whip snake off the road, but this is the habitat of the brown vine snake and plenty of other cool things here in southern Arizona, so hopefully we will be able to turn up some snakes that we can actually get our hands on today. This place is cool. We've only seen that one whip snake so far in a DOR blacktail, but it's beautiful out here. Very scenic. And it's nice and cool. It's still 81 degrees at, what is it, like almost noon at this point. Well, he gave us quite the runaround, but we caught a striped whip snake. Is that the common name for these guys? Sonoran striped whip snake?
Snoring whip.
Just Sonoran whip. Masticophis bilineatus. Really awesome. This is what we saw earlier that got away, a juvenile version. And a snake I've been wanting to see for a long time. So really awesome way to start off the day. We're gonna get some photos of this guy real quick and then I'll get a little bit more video. All right, well, not a bad second snake of the day and the first one we got our hands on. I forgot we saw one earlier, but hopefully we'll see a couple more of these guys and can maybe catch a bigger one, but really awesome snakes all around. It's something I've been wanting to see for a couple years now. Alrighty, beautiful little Sonoran whip snake. First in-hand snake of the day. Go on, go on. This place is so awesome. Still have not seen that many snakes today. Just the two Sonoran whip snakes, one of which got away, which sucks, but at least we saw him. So we're planning on spending most of the day in this area, I think, so hopefully we'll be able to turn some stuff up here in the next couple hours. Well, look at that. That is a Sonoran mud turtle, I think. Not too familiar. There is one more mud turtle species that could be in this area, and I'm not sure if we're in range of them or not. It's such a cool place to see a mud turtle. Just chilling. There's tons of tadpoles in this little creek too. There's a couple of them right there. Hoping this guy will come out for us a little better. You can kind of see him in there. He's huge. Way bigger than the mud turtles we have in Georgia. It's a Border Patrol helicopter flying around us right now while we look at this mud turtle. Look at that guy. You can also maybe see if we can find some more of these tadpoles. There's one right there. There's a bunch of red-spotted toad metamorphs hopping around, so that's probably what those are. I'm a U.S. citizen, sir. You can go away now. Look at this guy swimming around.
Not every day you see a guy in his underwear following around a turtle. Yeah, dude.
Do you still see him?
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Look at that guy. That'd be a cool picture if you had an underwater camera.
Yeah, I wish we had Sullivan here. He would get a great shot.
Look at that turtle. He's beautiful.
Uh-huh. What a cool animal, dude. It's just so strange that they're up here in the mountains in like super southern Arizona. It's awesome.
Look at that guy. All right, we're gonna leave this guy alone and get back to looking for vine snakes. So basically what we're doing is we're walking around in this beautiful habitat, just checking these trees, looking for a vine snake to just be chilling in them. And that's what we've been doing basically all day, just bouncing around, checking stuff like this. We've seen some cool stuff, and by that I mean some whip snakes and a mud turtle, but have not seen our target yet. Some beautiful habitat though, so hopefully we'll be able to turn up something good out here. All right, guys, we just cruised my lifer regal horn lizard. Look at this guy. That is incredible. Is that a tiny one? They get big, don't they?
The one I saw was bigger than that.
Huh. Look at those horns, though. They have a crown of horns, unlike the Texas horned lizards, which just have a few. These guys have an awesome 360, just crazy looking crown of thorns on their head. What an awesome lizard. Look at this guy. That is awesome. It's a small one. Steven said he's seen one a lot bigger than that, so really cool though. Great to see this guy. All right, well that is awesome. Definitely the most interesting thing we've seen today, I think. So yeah, we're just gonna move them across the road, keep driving. It's the prime time of day to see diurnal snakes and lizards on the road, so we're gonna get back to cruising and see what else we can turn up. But beautiful little regal horned lizard, lifer for everyone here except for Steven. All right, guys, well, we have had a bit of a rough day out here again. We did get some cool stuff, some lifers for everybody, but otherwise it's been a little bit slow. We didn't see our targets, and it looks like it's gonna rain on us now before we even get to night cruise, so it'll be interesting to see what happens out here either way. We're probably just gonna get dumped on and then have a slow cruising night, but there's nothing we can do about that. If it happens, it happens, so I will keep you guys updated on how this goes. This is fine. Well, there's our first and only snake of the night so far, since it rained on us and got cold. A little Sonoran gopher snake. The same thing we see in West Texas all the time. And surprisingly, the first one we've seen this trip, I think. But this is about a year old. They hatch out super big and grow fast, so. But really common species throughout a lot of the Southwest, so we're not gonna mess with this guy too much. Hopefully it's a good sign that there will be more stuff out though. Nice little Sonoran gopher snake. What is this man's doing? Just sitting in the road being cold. I have no idea what kind of spiny lizard this is, but it's probably something I've never seen before if I had to guess. We're so close to Mexico right now, who knows what this is. But he's just sitting in the road in the rain being cold. I will properly identify this guy and try to label him, but really weird. Just a spiny lizard sitting in the road in the rain at night. So, we're in our hotel right now. Would you like to explain what we've done for the last hour or so?
Let me tell you, if you're watching this from Arizona, leave. Because this state is a...
Dude, look, Carson's poison ivy. Carson got poison ivy in his eye.
Okay, let me tell you people what happened. Me and Carson, me and this guy over here, we're driving 50 miles an hour down a paved road that
main
Google
highway
Maps,
that our GPS
Google
took
Maps
us down.
Sent us to and said it was fine. When we started hydroplaning, we got it back. All right, let's keep going. Then we go through another one that goes literally 3 feet deep, dude. It was 3 feet deep. Those guys, Noah and Steven, thank God, had the foresight to go in front.
For context, we were in a Subaru and they were in a
2001 Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
And then the bad one. Dude, I think that was bad. The water was 4 feet deep. It was probably...
It was over your hood.
Yeah, it was over the hood. Easy. The only reason I didn't get stuck is because I was behind those, and their wake allowed me to continue moving. We got through, we're back at the hotel, we're leaving Arizona as soon as we wake up tomorrow to go find clobs and pyros, because this place is a nightmare and it's trying to kill me. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I'm done.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after the disaster that was yesterday in Arizona, we have decided to return to New Mexico in an attempt to round out this trip strongly, because Arizona was not throwing us a bone, and in fact, it was actively trying to kill us. So we decided to leave. We're back in New Mexico now. We're heading back to the same general area where we did well a couple days ago, but we're going to hit some new spots up there. And hopefully New Mexico will be kind to us once again. So I will check in with you guys when we get to where we're going. Oh, this is great. This is just fantastic. Oh, yeah. At some point today, we'll get to Herp. I don't know when, but at some point. All right, guys. Well, we made it to our destination for the day. We're cooking up some dogs for lunch here. And then hopefully, we're going to go find some mountain king snakes. Well, we're going to try to find a mountain king snake. But yeah, it's lunchtime. Then we're gonna hit the field, pounding some Red Bulls. Carson's still looking a little bit rough. Steven strikes with our first herp back in New Mexico. Where's he be?
Under that wood.
Nice. A little canyon tree frog. That's a sharp looking little one too. We get lots of these guys in West Texas, but where'd he go? Oh, I see him. Yeah, neat to see one here in New Mexico. All right, guys, our first snakes of the day were found by Graham foraging in this little puddle. These guys are blackneck garter snakes. Really common in a lot of areas, but we don't get to see them too often in West Texas, so it's kind of a treat to get to see these guys today. Some years they're everywhere, some years they're less common. I think it just kind of depends on rainfall. I actually really like the look of these two. They're super dark, don't have much pattern at all, aside from that really cool little spot on the neck. Really cool looking garter snakes, so I'm gonna photograph them real quick, and then we're gonna get back to hiking. But Western blackneck garter snakes here in New Mexico. First snakes of the day. That is a beautiful little garter snake. This is the smaller of the two. Look at that stripe. Really awesome. There's an interesting looking spiny lizard of some sort that Carson spotted. It looks like a Clark eye to me, but I didn't know. I don't think we're in range. Not sure what this guy is. I'll try to key him out and label him, but for now, generic large spiny lizard. Really cool looking. Check this out. We've seen a couple of mine shafts today. Just tons of them out here in the desert from old mining operations. I was hoping we'd see a snake in one of them, but nothing yet. All right, guys, well, it's getting dark on us here. We've only seen the two garter snakes, but we're gonna try to shine a little bit once it gets dark, and we're still flipping here as the sun starts to go down. Nobody. Just flipped this guy. Really beautiful little green-faced canyon tree frogs. Look at that guy. He's beautiful. Just chilling under this rock, though. Look at all these creatures in the water. There's a beetle just clinging to the rock underwater. There's a hellgrammite. And then there's whatever those are. I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but it's cool. Anyways, we're about to head back to camp for the night. It's getting a bit late. We haven't seen much. Oh, let's go! Yeah! Oh, it's so beautiful. So we were heading out to go back to camp, and we decided to go get service.
Thanks, Sophia.
Yeah, thanks, Sophia. We decided to go get service so Steven can update his girlfriend.
I just got service too.
And we cruised that.
I thought it was...
Dude, I thought it was an Alterna.
Dude, I did too. I was just
I was about to say it's a
Oh my
gosh, let's go.
Dude,
That is beautiful. Yeah, that is incredible. We've had such a brutal couple of days, and really the only reason we came out here was so Steven could make a phone call. And sometimes that's all it takes to turn your day around. Beautiful banded rock rattlesnake here in southern New Mexico. Our third one of the trip, and our, I guess, second one in this mountain range. Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to photograph this snake, let it go, and see if there's anything else out moving. That is insane. That is just insane. The only snake, is this the only snake of the day? No, we saw two garter snakes. So the third snake of the day. Beautiful clob. Look at that golden eye.
Funny enough, this is our second most populous.
All right, guys, we're back at camp setting up, and I figured I'd just run an outro real quick. There's a bunch of toe biters in here. I'm not sure what the more scientific name for these guys is, but they're water bugs that will absolutely bite you, and it hurts. But they are non-aggressive, just like most animals that are capable of hurting you, as long as you don't step on them or present yourself to them. But they're really cool looking little bugs. You see this one's actually got like, I don't even know if those are vestigial wings or what, but really cool looking little true bugs chilling down here in the creek. So we're about to set up camp and probably get some sleep. I guess now's as good a time as any for a Carson face update. How you feeling over there, buddy?
You know, guys, I felt better before, but also felt worse. There's nothing really else to say.
His eye is swollen closed,
yeah.
if you can't tell.
Yeah, the cortisone really does a number on it. But that's when you bounce back. It's the #1 lesson in life.
We're assuming that he has poison ivy in his eye or something. It's not really...
Be patient 0.
We've got a Mexican spotted owl calling right above us right now. Joel, hear that spotted owl? All right, guys, we're probably done with snakes for the trip, but on our way out, we stopped to hit a couple spots, and I turned up these epic grasshoppers. Look at these things. They're incredible. We didn't see any snakes this morning yet, but we might hit another spot or two. But check these guys out. Just beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Love those guys.
Do we have these in West Texas?
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Just incredible. Well, guys, this is where we part ways. Partially because Carson is in a state right now, and they've got places to be. So I've got 2 more days out here, but we're heading back to Texas to spend that time. And these guys are heading back to Colorado, so.
I will miss this place greatly, and I will miss you and Steven greatly.
Until next time.
Until next time, guys.
Goodbye.
See you
viewers.
guys.